in this week, this class, is it user creation
Already done, right?
done, Firoz?
Yes, yes, already done. I have shared that video also inside that 2 days back itself.
So, do you guys have a class on Friday, Saturday?
Sunday morning we had the class, right?
Oh, Sunday morning? Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, I was.
You was not
Yes,
available during that time.
it was Saturday night for people in US.
Oh, Saturday night. Yeah, Firoz, for next week onwards, I told you the from day one, like I have completely booked for the temple
Okay,
activities for
okay,
next Saturday, Sunday, so
okay,
I
okay.
cannot attend, Firoz.
Okay, then I will
Sorry.
do this. I think I like this weekend. I would like to take up the session in the evening time, morning time for you. Your morning time.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Now,
Firoz.
so in the last session, we have discussed about how to create the users and how can we configure the profiles and how can we log in from the administrator to some other users whenever if there is any troubleshootings are required. We have discussed practically. And how can we prevent from the forced logout screen also we have discussed. Now, so now when coming to the role hierarchy, what exactly the role hierarchy, how to configure the role hierarchy, how to assign the role hierarchy to the users, we'll see practically here. So now generally in every organization, they will be having some different designations. Like in some organizations, they will be having the designations like the CEO of the organization, and below that they will be having some CTO, some COO, and some CFO, and under that they will be having some vice president. Under that vice president, they will be having some program managers. Under the program manager, they will be having some project manager. Under the project manager, there will be some technical leads. Under the technical lead, they will be having some team members will be there. They may be the software engineer. They may be the senior software engineer. Like that, in every organization, they will be having some set of designations are there. Each and every designation is going to be describing some set of roles and responsibilities where we can assign this designation to one or more number of employees inside the organization. Now depends upon the role, nothing but depends upon the designation, they will be having some accessibility inside that. Okay, they will be having some accessibility inside that application here. So now for the software engineer, they will be having only some limited roles and responsibilities so that they can able to access only some limited features. And then if it is a technical lead, he will be having some coding part, as well as he is going to be taking care of some people management as well. And then project manager, he is going to be taking care of some additional responsibilities to interacting with the client and to managing the multiple clients also. And then program manager will be having some different responsibilities like that. So now depends upon that role, we can able to configure the different objects to be get visible inside our Salesforce. So now in this kind of scenario, when coming to the Salesforce, we have some set of users are there. Now we can able to configure some roles and we can assign these roles to those users. Like as the designations when coming to the roles also, we can able to configure our roles, and these roles we can able to assign to one or more number of users inside the organization. So now what is the use of configuring this role hierarchy here? Suppose for example, assume that I'm a software engineer. I'm reporting to a manager here that is nothing but my technical lead. So now my technical lead is nothing but some Pawan. Assume that some Pawan is my technical lead. I'm the software engineer, like some Ramesh. So no, I'm Ramesh. So I'm working as a software engineer inside a team who is working for a specific customer on some Salesforce implementation. So now every day I'm working on few tasks which has been assigned by my project manager, and then I'm going to be reporting to my technical lead. Nothing but I'm going to be sending some status mail to my technical lead here. For example, let's come to a general scenario. Assume that we are having a sales department. Inside that sales department, we are having the sales manager. Inside that sales manager, under the sales manager, they will be having some sales representatives. Some sales reps will be available here. So now when coming to the sales manager, every day he is going to be assigning some leads to the sales representative. Nothing but these are the new people who showed interested inside our organization product. So please contact those people and try to close these lead records by converting those leads as our customers. So now these sales representative people are going to be contacting the sales manager every day, and they are going to be having the multiple times follow up with those leads, and they are going to be converting those leads as the customers. So now when coming to the sales manager, he needs a tracking mechanism where every time they can able to track, I have assigned some 10 leads to one of our sales representative, then what is the status of all these 10 leads records. So now how many leads he has followed up as of now? How many leads he haven't contacted as of now? How many leads he has converted as of now? Everything I can able to track that. Nothing but what happened when coming to the sales representative, whenever the sales representative has created a record, then automatically this record has to be get visible to that sales manager also here. So now in this kind of scenario, whenever a subordinate creates a record, that record has to be get visible to the manager automatically by default. When coming to our IT industry also, as a team member, I'm going to be performing so many tasks every day. And every day I'm going to be sending my status updates to my manager as well as my client as well as my technical lead also, that these are the tasks that you have assigned today, and these many number of tasks I have completed. These tasks are in progress. These tasks we haven't started as of now. Every day I'm going to be giving some status to here. For that, we have to prepare an email notification. We have to prepare the draft, and then we can able to make it visible to that people also by sending this email notification manually. But when coming to the Salesforce, no need to send this information. Just whenever the subordinate person has created the record, automatically this record will be getting visible to the manager by default over here. So now in our IT industry also, our manager is going to be assigning some task to us every day or every week, so that whatever the task they have assigned to us, we can able to work on those tasks, and then keep on they can monitor how many tasks we have completed, how many tasks are pending, everything, because he is having some plans regarding the deliverables, so that he can able to track how many tasks has been completed as of now, how much percentage of the task has been completed, how much percent of the work is in pending, so that he can able to plan for the deliverables as well. So now for that, in Salesforce also they have provided the role hierarchy, where we can able to configure the role hierarchy, and then this role hierarchy we can able to assign to the one or more users. So now what is the use of this role hierarchy here? When coming to the role hierarchy is used to make the subordinate user records to be get visible to the manager by default. In order to make the subordinate person's records to be get visible to the manager by default, we are going to be using that role hierarchy. So now when coming to the role hierarchy, Salesforce is providing some default role hierarchy to you, nothing but some default roles. We can able to use that. Or if it is not suitable for your organization requirement, then we can able to configure your own role hierarchy also based on your need. So now we can set up our own role hierarchy, and we can assign the roles to one or more users. So now here we have a note point here. A user can have only one role, not multiple. But a role can be assigned to one or more users. One or more users. Then how can we configure this role hierarchy? Now we'll see practically here. I would like to configure this role hierarchy here. When coming to my organization, I'm having some 5 users are available. Now for that 5 users, I would like to configure this role hierarchy. I'm having that CEO role. Under that CEO role, I would like to have the CTO. I would like to have the CTO. And then I would like to have some CFO. And then I would like to have COO. Now, when coming to the CEO, CEO is a top level person. And then below that CEO, we are having the 3 people are there, CTO, CFO, and the COO. So now, when coming to the CTO and the CFO and the COO, these 3 people are siblings. Nothing but they are in the same hierarchy. Okay, they are in the same hierarchy. CTO, CFO, COO, these are the siblings. They are in the same hierarchy. And when coming to these 3 people, and these 3 people reporting to the CEO. These 3 people reporting to the CEO. Now under that CTO, I would like to create one more role. I would like to create one more role. So now that role is nothing but some vice president. A vice president. So now here I'm going to be configuring this role hierarchy right now. Totally I'm having 5 users, and then to these 5 users I'm going to be assigning these 5 roles. So now when coming to the CEO, he will be having 3 reporting persons are there. 3 reportees are available now. One is a CTO, second one is a CFO, third one is a COO. For the CTO, there is one reporting person is available. So now vice president is going to be reporting to the CEO right now, CTO right now. So now I want to assign these 5 roles to the 5 different users. Then how can we configure these roles? Now we'll see practically over here. And then how can we assign these roles to our users? We'll see. So now whenever you are configuring that roles, by default Salesforce is providing some set of roles to us, which we can able to use to assign to our users. Or if the existing roles are not suitable, then we can able to customize and we can able to configure our own role hierarchy, and we can assign those role hierarchy to our users as well. Now let's see here. Go to your Salesforce instance now. Go to the setup menu. Go to the administrator menu in the left panel. Go to the manage users. Inside that users, you will be having an option called as roles. Click on roles. By default, Salesforce is going to be providing some set of role hierarchy to you by default, like as this is a sample hierarchy they have given to you, like as CEO. Now executive staff is there. Under that, you will be having the Western Sales Director, Eastern Sales Director, and the International Sales Director. And below that, each and every person, again, one more person is there, one representative is available here. So like that, here we can able to configure our own role hierarchy based on our organization requirement as well. In order to configure your own role hierarchy, click on Setup Roles button. And now by default, Salesforce is providing some set of roles to you. So now this is the MNC is nothing but the organization name in which you are going to be configuring the role hierarchy right now. Okay, this is the company name in which you are going to be configuring the role hierarchy over here. Now, so now this is the company name which we have entered upon creating my Salesforce account. In future, if you are changing that company name, then automatically that will be getting reflected back over here. Now, so now we are having that under that MNC company, Salesforce has provided a role called as CEO. Now expand that CEO role. It is providing all those roles to you available here. CEO, under that CEO, it is providing that CFO, and along with that COO, Senior Vice President for the Customer Service and Support, Senior Vice President for the Human Resources, Senior Vice President for the Sales and Marketing. Under that, you can able to configure your own roles also here. So now, Salesforce is providing the CEO role, CFO, and the COO. If the existing roles are not suitable, then we can able to remove those roles also by using the delete button. By using this delete option, we can able to remove that role from that organization itself, and we can configure our own role hierarchy as well. Now, so now here, we are having that CEO role, CFO, COO. And along with this two, I need one more role is also required, because this is the hierarchy that I would like to configure. CFO, COO, and the CTO. Now CTO role is not available over here. We are having the CFO and the COO. Now along with this two, I would like to configure a role inside that, the CEO. If you want to add any role inside the CEO, then just to go to that CEO role. Below that, you will be having an option called as add role. If you want to add a new role inside that CFO, we can able to click on add role link. It will be asking you to provide that role name. That role will be getting added automatically over here. If you want to change this role name, then you can use that edit link. Okay, by using that edit link, we can able to change that role name. If you want to remove this role, then we can able to use that delete link. If you want to assign these roles to one or more users, then we can able to use that assign link. For every role, you will be having edit, delete, and assign. By using edit link, we can able to change the name of the role. By using the delete, we can able to remove that role from the organization. By using this assign link, we can able to assign these roles to one or more number of users. So now, then how can we create our own role? Now let's see practically here. Inside that CEO, along with the CFO and the COO, I want one more role. Now for that, inside that CEO, we are having that add role link in order to create a new role. Click on add role. Specify the label of that role, with which name you want to create that. I'm specifying that role name as some CTO. And then it is reporting to whom? CEO. Nothing but this role reports to whom? The CEO here. Now what will be the name that you want to show inside that report? I want to show the same name inside the report also, that is with the name CTO. Now click on save. So now we have configured that role. Now in this role, we don't have any users right now here. Okay, we don't have any users right now. Now, let's go to that roles again. So now we are having CFO, COO, CTO is also available. So now below that CTO, I would like to add one more role called as Vice President. In order to configure that, go to that CTO role, and below that, you will be having that add role. Click on add role link and create your own role, whatever you want. Vice President, I want to show this name as Vice President inside the report also here. Now click on save. Now let's go to your roles right now. So now whatever the hierarchy that we want, we are having that hierarchy right now here. Okay, we are having that hierarchy right now. So now we are having that CEO, and then we are having that CFO and the COO and the CTO. These three persons are reporting to the CEO, and then we are having one role is available, that is vice president, who is reporting to the CTO again. So now here we have configured the role based on our requirement, based on our organization requirement right now. Now then how can we assign these roles to the user here? Whenever you are assigning the roles to the user, we are having two ways are available right now. So now during the creation of user, we are having a field called as role field, which you want to assign to that user. Nothing but for each and every user, we can able to assign the role separately. For example, so now here we are having two ways are there to assign that role. So now the first way is, upon creating the user record itself, we can able to select the role which you want to assign to that user itself. So now when you go to that users, you will be having that users are available here. You will be having our users like as customer user, development user, manager user, and the Salesforce training user, nothing but the administrator, and the testing user. These are the users we have created right now here. So now for every user, we have assigned the profile. So now I want to assign the roles right now here. Because as of now, inside my organization for these users, we haven't configured any roles. So now for these users, we have configured any roles here. Now here you will be having the role column is available, which is indicating like as empty. Nothing but there is no role is available for every user. Now I want to assign that role to that user right now here. Then how can we assign the role to this user? Let's see practically. So now go to your user record and then assign that role. Now let's see here. When coming to the CEO is nothing but he is the top level person. So that here I'm going to be using that system administrator. Nothing but my Salesforce administrator will be having that CEO role here. Nothing but this user is nothing but the Salesforce training user. And the CTO role I want to assign to development user. And the vice president role I want to assign to some customer user. CFO role I want to assign to some manager user. And the COO role I want to assign to some testing user. So these are the 5 users that we have, like as the Salesforce training user, development user, customer user, manager user, and the testing user. So now I would like to assign these roles to these users right now here. So now for the CEO, I want to assign that system administrator. For the system administrator, I would like to assign that CEO role. Now let's see how can we assign that. Salesforce administrator means what? The Salesforce training user. Let's go to that user. We are having that Salesforce training user is available right now. And open that user record. You will be having that system administrator profile. He is the system administrator, the top level person. He will be having the full control. For that, I would like to assign this CEO role to this user right now. So now here we are having a field called as role field is available, which is having empty. Nothing but null value is available because we haven't assigned any role to these users. Now let's see how can we assign that. Now click on this edit button of this user. Select the role which you want to assign to the user here. Now it is providing whatever the roles are available inside your organization. All the roles will be getting visible to you inside this field. In this field, whatever the roles has been configured inside your organization, all those roles will be getting visible to you. From that, select the role which you want to assign. Now I want to assign CEO role for this user because he is the top level person. He is administrator person for my organization. So now I'm assigning that CEO role. Now click on save. Automatically, CEO role will be getting assigned to that administrator user. When you go to that users, inside this particular users table, for this Salesforce training user, we have assigned a role called as CEO role. Nothing but in that role column, it is going to be indicating this role has been assigned to this user here. CEO role has been assigned. Now, for the second user, development user, click on the development user record, click on edit button, select the role which you want to assign. I want to assign the role as the CTO role for the development user. Now click on save button. So nothing but what happened for each and every user, we are going to be assigning the role separately here. Suppose, for example, today I am recruiting some 100 members. 100 freshers we have recruited today here. So now we have identified all these 100 members from the campus recruitment in the last month. Today is the joining day for all these people. Today is the onboarding date. So now I want to assign the same role because all are the fresher member. All are the fresher people. For all these people, I want to assign some software engineer. So at that time, what we can do, instead of assigning the role to each and every user separately, we can able to assign the role to all these users in a single shot also. That possibilities are available. Then how can we assign one role to the multiple users in a single shot? We'll see practically here. As of now, we are opening each and every user record separately. We are modifying that user record by selecting the associated role. But in some cases, if you are having some multiple users are there to whom you want to assign that roles, for that, no need to assign the role to each and every user record by modifying separately one by one, which will be a time-consuming process. So that we can able to assign the roles to all these users in a single shot also. Then how can we assign? Now let's see practically here. Let's go to that roles. Click on setup roles. You will be having that CEO role is available. Now beside that CEO role, you will be having an option called as assign link. Click on assign link. Okay, click on assign link. All the users will be getting populated to you over here. Okay, all the users will be getting populated to you over here. So now in this case, we are having that customer user, manager user, testing user. So now for this,
Firoz, these users populated are not assigned to any roles will be populated, right?
yes.
Okay. Since the user is only allowed to one role.
Yes. Now, so now we are having that manager user. For the manager user, we are going to be assigning that CFO role. So now this role is nothing but what? This is a CEO. So now let's go to that role. So now I want to assign the CFO role. Click on assign link. Now this is a CFO role. The CFO role I want to assign to the manager user. As per my configurations here, I would like to assign to this manager user. So now select that manager user manager from this list box, add it to that particular selected users here. If you want to assign few more users to the same role, then we can able to select those users also to whom you want to assign. Nothing but in a single shot, we can assign the same role to the multiple users also here. Instead of assigning each and every role to that user separately by editing that user record, we can able to go to that roles, use that assign link, and then we can able to assign the same role to the multiple users in a single shot. So now the CFO role I am going to be assigning to that manager user. Once you have selected the manager user, then click on save button. Automatically this role will be getting assigned to that manager user here. And the COO role I would like to assign to some other user here. Click on assign link. COO role I want to assign to the testing user. Select that testing user. Now let's save this. And then we are having the vice president. Click on assign link. Select that customer user. For customer user, I am going to be assigning that vice president role. Now click on save. So now for every user, we have assigned some roles as well here. Now in future, if you want to see how many users are there inside a specific role, then you can come to the roles and click on any of the role name, whatever we have. Okay, like as some CFO. Now inside that it is going to be indicating these are the various users who are working inside this role. These are the various users to whom we have assigned this same role here. Now we can able to cross check that information. No need to open every record in order to see what is the role of this user, what is the role of this user. Just we can click on that role, and then automatically the role will be getting displayed information, and along with that the users who has been assigned to this role we can able to see inside this page itself. Now let's go to the users link right now. We can see each and every user has been assigned with the role right now. So now for every user we have assigned a role. Now for the customer user we have assigned vice president role. For the development user we have assigned CTO role. For the manager user we have assigned CFO. For the Salesforce training user we have assigned CEO. For the testing user we have assigned COO. So this is a way we can able to configure the role hierarchy inside our organization. We can set up the role hierarchy and we can assign these roles to the users also inside that organization. But whenever we are having the user record, always we can able to have only one role, and then we can have only one profile for a single user. So now where all this roles information will be getting stored to you? All the roles information will be storing inside a table called as user role. All roles information will get stored in user role object. There is a standard object is available in Salesforce that is called as user role. Inside that user role object, it will be storing that information here. In that user role object, we can able to store that user's information. Nothing but these are all the various users who are having that associations. Now, so now in this kind of scenario, what we have discussed here. When coming to the role, in every Salesforce organization, Salesforce is providing by default some set of roles which are used to make the subordinates records to be get visible to the superiors also. In order to make the subordinate records to be get visible to the superior, we are going to be configuring the role hierarchy and we are assigning those roles to those users inside that organization. So now, whenever your subordinate is creating a record, automatically this record will be getting visible to the manager also by default. Now, whenever the subordinate has been modified the record, the same details will be getting reflecting back to that manager also here. So now in order to make your record to be get visible to the other people inside the organization, we are going to be using this role hierarchy here. So now in this kind of scenario, what happened here? Let's see. So now, assume that I'm having a manager user. He is nothing but the CFO person. Whenever the manager person has been created a record, this record has to be get visible to the CFO person, nothing but the manager user, because he is the owner of the record. And as a owner, he will be having the full control on the record. And along with that, this record to be get visible to the CEO also. But this record cannot be visible to the CTO and the vice president and the COO, because these people are not in this. These people are in the same hierarchy and the subordinates. Only the owner of the record and his manager should be having the visibility here. Other users in the organization cannot be having the access on that here. Now let's see what will happen in this case, and then how can we restrict that visibility. Now let's see practically over here. Now I want to log in as a manager user. Okay, now I'm giving that use case right now. Create an account record. Create an account record. By login with the user, by login as a user, manager user. Then the record should be visible to the manager user and to the CEO. Nothing but the reporting manager. Other users in the organization should not have the access on this record. So now here, whenever we are creating a record by logging as a manager user, then the record should be visible to the manager user as well as his reporting manager, nothing but the CEO person. Both the person should be able to have the access on the record. Other people should not be having the access on the record. Now let's see what will happen in this case. Then how can we restrict the visibility? Now we'll see practically. I'm logging as the manager user right now. So that go to that users. Below, beside that manager user, we are having a login option. Click on login. Now I have logged in as the manager user. I have logged in as manager user right now. This is the user manager. And then go to that customers, nothing but the accounts. Create a new account record here. Click on new button. Now it is providing the record types to you. I'm selecting that new customer type. Click on continue. I'm creating a new record right now here. I'm giving the name as manager user account. Manager user account record. Account number, I'm entering some value. Account site, I'm giving like some manufacturing division. Type, I'm giving some prospect. And then rating, I'm giving like some warm. Fax number, I'm entering some value. Number of employees, I'm entering some value. SIC code, I'm giving some value. Annual revenue of the customer, I'm entering some value over here. I'm giving some website also. Customer industry, I'm selecting like some healthcare. Contact number, I'm entering some value. The PAN number of the customer, have entered some value. Passport number, have entered some value. Ownership, some private. And then I'm making this account record as active by selecting that active checkbox here. So active value. Inside that active field, I'm selecting that value as yes. Now the billing street, I'm entering some value over here. So this is some Gayatri Nagar. And the city is some Hyderabad. State is some Telangana. Postal code is some 500032. Billing country is some India. I have entered some value for this billing address also. So now here I have entered some details in order to create my record right now. Now when you click on save button, this record has to be get created. This record has been created by the manager user right now. Because the currently logged in user will be the manager here, user manager. Now this person will be the owner of the record. Let's see. When you go to that record, you will be having that owner field. So now this is the owner field, account owner. Now the owner of the account record is user manager. So now this is a manager user. Manager user will be the owner of this user, manager of this, owner of this particular account record. So now, as a owner, he will be having the full control on the record, and this record to be get visible to his manager also. So now I want to cross check whether his manager is able to access the record or not here. So now I would like to come out from this user now, log out from this user. You are coming back to the system administrator, nothing but the training Salesforce. He is nothing but the CEO. Now CEO is nothing but the reporting person to that manager user, so that this person should be able to access that record. Let's go to that my accounts. Get all the account records. The account record name has been started with the manager user. Click on M. It is going to be making those records to be get visible, which are starting with the character M. Now manager user account record is visible right now here. Nothing but along with that owner of the person, and along with that his manager is also having the access on the record here. The record has been created by the owner is nothing but the user manager, and then the CEO person is also able to access the record. Nothing but up to this it is working fine. Nothing but whenever the subordinate has created the record, his manager is also having the access on that record automatically here. But his manager's record cannot be visible to the subordinate here. Okay, manager's records cannot be visible to the subordinates. Now, So now in this case, now I want to cross check that whether my record is visible to the other people inside the organization or not here. If it is visible, then how can we restrict that? We'll see practically here. So nothing but whenever the manager person has created a record, this record to be get visible to the manager, nothing but the CFO, and then the CEO person can able to see the record. Nothing but CEO is nothing but the reporting manager for this manager user. This record cannot be visible to the development user. This record should not be visible to that customer user. This record should not be visible to the testing user. Now I want to cross check that for my clarification. Now for my confirmation, I would like to cross check that whether my record is able to accessible by the other users inside the organization or not. Now for that here I want to log in as the development user and I want to verify whether this person is able to see my record or not. So now let's go to the users. Login as the development user by using the login option. Go to that my customers. Get all the account records. Get all the account records. Get the account records which are starting with the character M. Now it is making this record also getting visible here. Nothing but not only my reporting manager, other person, nothing but the CTO person is also, nothing but the development user also is able to access my record. The record name is manager user account record here. Now I want to cross check that. What about the remaining user? Only this person can able to access or other members also will be able to access that. I would like to cross check that. Now go to the customer user now. Customer user is nothing but the subordinate. So now I want to log in as the customer user. I want to verify whether this user is also able to access that record or not. Now log in as the customer user. Now I have logged in as customer user now. Go to the my customers. Get all the account records. Click on EM, which is starting with the character M. Now this person is also able to access my record right now here. This person is also able to access my record. So nothing but what happened here. So now, whenever the manager user has created the record, this record is not only visible to that manager and to his reporting manager CEO, other people inside the organization are also able to access that record here. So now by default, what happened when coming to the manager user, if the user has created the record, that record has to be visible to his reporting person. The other people should not be able to access that. But now it is making this record also will be able to visible to the other users. Then how can we restrict the visibility of my record to the other people here? So now for that, we are going to be using a feature called as OWD. Organization-wide defaults. So now by default, whenever a person has created a record inside that organization, then that record is not only visible to that owner and his manager, the other people are also inside the organization will be able to access that record. In order to restrict that visibility, we are going to be using a feature called as OWD. So now what exactly the OWD here? When coming to the OWD, this is simply called as organization-wide defaults. Nothing but organization-wide, nothing but irrespective of the users inside the organization here. What is the default level of access that you want to grant on each and every object that will be decided by the OWD? Suppose, for example, here, coming to that general scenario, assume that we are having an Apple company. So now this is a very good organization who are manufacturing the various the electronic devices, like as the laptops and the mobiles and the smartphones and the tabs, the various devices they are manufacturing right now. So now in this case, when coming to the Apple, they have released the latest model of iPhone 7s. They have released the latest model of iPhone 7s. Inside this iPhone, they are going to be providing some default configurations. Okay, inside that, they're providing some default configuration. like some default settings they have configured. Like some default applications to be visible, nothing but by default they are going to be providing some set of applications has been ready-made installed, and then they have specified the ringtone, they have configured the default ringtone, and they have configured the default message alert tone and the default wallpaper and the default theme, like that. Nothing but what happened, once they have manufactured that product, then they are going to be specifying some default settings for that mobile. No, irrespective of the user, irrespective of the country, irrespective of the location, for everybody, these are the same default settings should be applicable for the iPhone 7s. So now, once they have manufactured the product, they are going to be specifying some default settings. Nothing but the default ringtone for the mobile, the default ring message alert tone for the mobile, the default theme, the default the wallpaper, the default set of applications has been already installed. Nothing but these are common for every user here. That user may be from India, that user may be from China, that user may be from US also. For everybody, these functionalities are common, default settings are common. So now once we have assigned the default configuration, then at later, if the user wants to change those settings, then they can able to change their message alert tone. They will be having a very good movie song is there. They want to use it as like as a ringtone. They can change it as also. They want to change that wallpaper. They can change it here. They want to change that the default theme also. They can able to change that here. Depends upon their need. But by default, they are going to be providing some configurations over here. So now, like the same way, when coming to my Salesforce, we are having so many objects are available. You're having so many objects are there. It may be standard or it may be custom objects also. So now for each and every object, what will be the default level of access that you want to grant for all the users inside the organization that can be configured with the help of OWD. So now, when coming to the OWD, OWD is used to grant the default access or the baseline level of access or the baseline level of access to all users inside the organization on the object. So now for each and every object, we can able to specify the different OWD option over here. So now for every object, nothing but for the account object, what is the default level of access for all the users? And for my customer object, what is the default access for every users inside the organization? And for my position object, what is the default level of access for all the users inside the organization? We can able to specify with the help of the OWD. So now OWD can be applicable for each object in Salesforce. For each object in Salesforce. For every object, for each object, we can specify the different OWD option. The different OWD option here. So what are the various OWD options are available in Salesforce right now? So now when coming to the OWD, it is going to be providing the various options to you here. The first one is private. Second one is the public read only. Third one is the public read write. And the fourth one is public read write transfer. And the fifth one is the public full access. And the sixth one is view only. And the seventh one is no access. And the eighth one is use. So these are the various OWD options are available in Salesforce here. And along with that, we are having one more option, controlled by parent. Okay, controlled by parent. These are the various options are available when coming to the OWD here. So now, when coming to the entry point of view, these are very, very important. So what do you mean by private? What do you mean by public read only? What do you mean by public read write? What do you mean by public read write transfer? Everything. These options are very, very important here. Now, so now when coming to these options here. So now depends upon the object, these options are varies. Okay, depends upon the object, these options are varies. Now let's see here. So now what objects are having these options? Now let's see practically here. Private, public read only, and the public read write options will be available for all standard and custom objects except price book object here. Except the price book object, all the objects in Salesforce, it may be standard and custom, they will be having this the private, public read only, and the public read write options will be available to you by default. So now these are the options will be available for every standard and custom object except price book object here. Now, public read write transfer option will be available for both the lead and case object. Now, lead and the case object will be having public read only, public read write, private, and along with that, it is having one additional option that is called as public read write transfer. Public read write transfer option will be available for lead and the case object in Salesforce, not for the other objects in Salesforce. And the public full access option. This option will be available only for the campaign object. This option is available for only for the campaign object in Salesforce. And view only, no access, use, these options are available. These options are available for price book object. Price book object will be having only these three options over here. Okay, view only, no access, and the use. And the next one, controlled by parent. This option is available for the child objects here. Child objects in Salesforce. So now here we are having so many OWD options are available, because when coming to the role hierarchy, it is going to be making that subordinates records are also visible to all the people inside that organization. But I want to restrict that visibility here. In order to restrict the visibility, we are going to be using that OWD. When coming to the OWD, OWD is used to specify the baseline level of access, nothing but what will be the default level of access that you want to grant for each and every user inside the organization. For that, we are using the OWD. So now when coming to the OWD, OWD will be providing so many options to you by which we can able to grant the different level of accesses over here. So now in this kind of scenario, OWD is having some set of options like as private, public read only, public read write, public read write transfer, public full access, view only, no access, use, and the controlled by parent. And whatever the initial first three options that we have, like as the private, public read only, and public read write, these are common for all the standard and custom objects in Salesforce except the Pricebook object in Salesforce. And public read write transfer will be available to both lead and the case object. Lead and case object will be having all these four options over here. Okay, lead and case object will be having all these four options here. So now the lead object and the case object will be having the options like private, public read only, public read write, and the public read write transfer. All these four options are available to you here. And for the campaign object will be having the first three are the common, like as private, public read only, and public read write are common, and along with that it is having one additional option called as public full access. And the Pricebook object will be having only these three options over here. Okay, view only, no access, and the use. All the child objects, nothing but the associated objects will be having that controlled by parent option is available here. So now in this kind of scenario, how can we change these options here? Where exactly these OWD options are available? How can we restrict the visibility? Now we will see practically over here. So now when coming to the OWD options here, where we can able to see these OWD options here. In order to see that, in order to customize the OWD, we can customize the OWD.
Options, each and every option.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
Oh.
Okay, those are the actual concepts. Okay, we are going to discussing every point here. So now we can customize the OWD options with the below navigation. So now for that we have to go to that setup menu and click on setup. Click on that. Go to the administer menu in the left panel. Go to the security controls. And expand it. Click on sharing settings link. And go to that organization wide defaults section. And then click on edit button. Select the required OWD option for the object. And then make it save. So this is the navigation we have to use in order to configure that OWD options here. So now where exactly these options are available, let's see practically. Let's go to that setup menu inside your organization. Now go to the setup menu. Go to the left panel. Inside that, go to the administer menu. In that administer menu, you will be having an option called as security controls. Go to the security controls and expand it. And in that, you will be having the second option called as sharing settings. Click on that sharing settings link. It is providing that the organization wide defaults. Okay, it is providing that organization wide defaults here. So now then what is the use of this organization wide defaults? And then how can we configure? And what is the functionality of each and every option? Now let's see practically here. So now observe this one here. We are having all the objects has been populated over here, like as a lead object, account and contract, contact object, order, asset, opportunity, case, campaign, like that. So many all the objects are available here. Along with that, you are having our own custom objects also, like as customer object, hiring manager object, position object, everything is available over here. For each and every object, we are having some set of options are available here. Now let's see. When you click on edit button, observe what will happen. What options are available for every object? Let's see practically here. When you go to that account, okay, when you go to that account, for this account, we are having some options here. So what are the options are available? Private, public read only, public read write. Okay, these are the options are available here. So now, when you go to that opportunity, we are having private, public read only, public read write. And then we are having that activity. You will be having private, controlled by parent. So now when you go to your custom object, customer, you will be having private, public read only, public read write. Position, private, public read only, public read write. Nothing but what happened for each and every object, we are having that private, public read only, public read write as common. But when you go to that lead object here, now we are having that lead object is available. This is the first object in that OWD. When you go to that, you will be having 4 options available over here. Private, public read only, public read write, public read write transfer. These are the 4 options are available to you over here. Like the same way, when you go to the case object also, for the case object also, we are having these 4 options are there. Nothing but public read write transfer option is available additionally. But when you go to that campaign object in Salesforce, campaign object will be having the first 3 options are common, private, public read only, public read write, and along with that, it is having an option called as public full access. And when you go to that price book object will be having only 3 options like as no access, view only, use. These are the 3 options are available when coming to the price book object over here. So now here, this is the way we can able to configure that. If you want to change this OWD option, then we can able to change and we can make it save it back also here. So now then what is the use of each and every option? Now let's see practically here. No, excuse me. So now let's come to that private option first. So what exactly the private option here? When coming to the private means what? I am going to be assigning this OWD for my object level. Nothing but what happened in that object, what happened? Some users are creating some record. If you are assigning the private to this object account, then what will happen is whenever a user has created a record, that record will be private to that user only here. Nothing but the record to be visible to that user only along with his manager. Other people inside the organization will not be having the access on that record here. Whenever you are making the objects OWD as private, then private OWD is going to be restricting the visibility of the record to the owner by default. Along with that owner, his manager is also having the full access on that record. Now, other users in the organization, they cannot able to see that record at all. In order to restrict the visibility of the record from the other users, we are using that private. So now when coming to the private here, when the objects OWD has been assigned as private, then if the user creates a record, then the record will be visible to the manager. Sorry, record will be visible to the owner and his manager. That is, owner and his manager will have the full control on the record. Other users in the organization will not able to access the record. Will not access the record. So now whenever you are making that objects OWD as private, then if any of the user has created a record, then as the record owner, he will be having the full control on the record, and along with that, this record will be getting visible to the manager by default. The other users inside the organization will not be having the access on the record at all. Now let's see here whether it is working fine or not. If I'm making that objects OWD as private, then what will happen? We'll see practically here. Now,
Firoz,
before that, yeah.
Even somebody who is upper than role hierarchy, I mean higher than role hierarchy of manager, he also won't be able to see the records.
Those will be able to see that whenever they're having that view all, nothing but the immediate manager will be having the access on the record. The on top
But
of that
somebody,
manager, yeah, if there is any other members are there on top of his manager, like some say other person, those people cannot able to see that record here.
okay, only the manager.
Only the manager.
Okay.
Now.
So
now
only immediate hierarchy member, right?
Yeah,
Firoz, in that case?
yes, only the immediate hierarchy member inside that. Those persons can able to access that. Now, let's see what will happen here. Before that, I would like to show you something here. So now let's assume that I'm logging as a separate user. I'm logging as a development user. Whenever you are opening any of the account record, observe what happened here. This is the record just now we have created. This is the record just now what we have created. Manager user account record. Now let me know how many buttons are available on this record here. We are having 2 buttons. Nothing but as a owner, he can able to modify the record. He can able to delete the record also here. Nothing but only 2 buttons are available, that is edit and delete. Now this is what a record, account record. If I am making that objects OWD as private, then observe what will happen in this case. Now this concept is very, very important. Now I'm logging out from this user. Go to the administrator. Now make that account objects OWD as private. Go to the security controls. Click on sharing settings. Click on edit button. Make that account objects OWD as private. I'm making it as private. Previously, we have observed when the user click on this particular, when the user creates a new account record, then this record is visible to everybody also here. Not only my manager, all the people are able to see my record. But now I want to make the restriction of my records visibility here. If I'm creating a record, then as the owner of the record, I will be having the full control, and along with myself, my manager will be having the full control on the record, and the other people inside the organization should not be having the access on the record here. If the record is requires to be get visible to those people, I will additionally give the access on that my record. Now, so now here I am going to be making that account objects OWD as private right now. I'm making this account objects OWD as private right now. Once we have assigned that object OWD as private, then click on save button. Now, still it is not applied right now here. Now it is giving that information. An organization-wide defaults update has been initiated by the so-and-so user. So now please wait for some time. It is going to be changing this visibility of those records here. Just to refresh that one, automatically it is going to be applying that. Nothing but your request has been processed by the Salesforce. Now it is making that account records OWD will be private right now. Now let's see this information here. Now let's log in into the user. Go to the development user right now. Now go to the customers, nothing but my customers. Click on new button. I'm creating a new record right now. Private test account. I'm entering some default values in order to create that record. What are the details are required to create that record? I'm entering those values. The website value, industry value, contact number, PAN number and the passport number, and the active status. I'm entering these values here because we have added some validation rules on this. Now let's save your record. The record has been created. Now tell me how many buttons are available now. How many buttons are available on this one?
Three.
3 buttons. What is that additional button created by Salesforce now?
Sharing.
Sharing button.
Sharing.
Nothing but when the sharing button has enabled,
If you have a private this one, so that you can share
Yes.
to other users.
nothing but what happened is when coming to the OWD, whenever you are making the objects OWD as private, then Salesforce is going to be enabling the sharing button on each and every record's detail page. Why? Because is this record is visible to myself only because I am the owner, so I can able to have the access on the record here. Okay, I can able to have the access on my record here. Now let's assume that. So now I'm working on a lead record right now. As a salesperson, I'm working on a lead record. Now I'm taking care of some lead records where I'm contacting the leads and I'm going to be converting those leads as the customers. So now today, just now I got an emergency call from my hometown. So due to some medical emergencies, I would like to go to my hometown here. I want to start immediately here. So now, but I'm in the middle of something. Okay, but I'm in the middle of something here. Actually, here today I have a client lead. I have a client meeting is there where I have to meet that lead person in order to collect some documentation process. The person is almost ready to purchase our products, but now I would like to collect some documentations regarding that sales of our products. So, but here due to some emergency, I'm going to my hometown here. I will be back after 2 days or after 3 days here. In this meantime, we may be losing this customer also here. I don't want to lose my customer here. Then what we can do? We are going to be delegating this responsibility to one of our team member or to one of our colleague also here. Nothing but here I'm going to be requesting one of my colleague that, so now I'm in the middle of something. So now today I have a client meeting at evening at 4 o'clock, but just now I got an emergency call from my hometown so that I need to start immediately so that I got the permission from my manager also. So please take care of this particular lead. So now during my vacation period, so now please contact this lead. This person is already ready to purchase our product. Just the documentation process is pending. So please complete this documentation process on behalf of me. So now here I'm going to be giving some authorization to my one of my colleague that he can able to contact that person and he can able to do the required documentation process. So at that time, in order to know the details about this lead, I would like to make my lead record to be get visible to this person here. I would like to make my lead record to be get visible to this person. So at that time, what we can do here? Whenever you are making the objects OWD as private, then that record will be visible to myself and my manager only here. But this record, I want to make it visible to one of my colleague also. He may be my colleague, he may be my subordinate also here. Now, on behalf of me, my colleague or my subordinate is going to be taking care of that responsibility. Then how can we make this record to be get visible to the other persons here? So for that, it is enabling that sharing button. So now, whenever you are making that objects OWD as private, then Salesforce is going to be enabling the sharing button. Why? Because is that record will be visible to only that owner of the record and his manager. Other people inside the organization will not be having the access on that record. But there may be some exceptional cases where I would like to make my record to be get visible to the other persons also. So for that here, we are going to be using that sharing button. So by using that sharing button, what we can do, we can able to make our record to be get visible to the other people as well here. Now, let's make a note of it here. This point is very, very important when coming to the certification also here. when the object's OWD has been assigned as private, then Salesforce enables sharing button on each record's detailed page in the object. Each record's detailed page in the object here.
Firoz, I have a question here.
Yeah.
The record access is controlled by roles, and the record layout is controlled by profile, or like individual fields will be controlled by profile, and
Yes.
the entire record is controlled by
OWD.
role, right?
Yes. Role and the OWD both. Okay. Now-
Here, one question.
Yeah.
Can we, share a bunch of records at a time?
Yes, that possibility is there. Bunch of records we can able to share, or else if you want to make it as an automated process, we are going to be using that. That's what here. During the security, I have given those agenda to you that now we are going to be managing the users, and then we have configured the roles. We are enabling that OWD, and then now we are discussing about the sharing. That is manual or automated. It may be to a single user, it may be to a group of users, it may be manual process, it may be automated process here. Everything we are discussing one by one.
Okay.
Now, so now here, whenever we are going to be making that object's OWD as private, then Salesforce will enable the sharing button on each record's detail page inside that object here. Now let's see who are all the people can able to access your record right now. So now I am the development user development. Just now I have created the record right now. Now I am the owner of the record. That's what it is giving that account to owner as user development user. Now when you come down, nothing but I'm coming out from this user account. Now go to that customer user. Customer user means what? This person is one of my subordinate here. Development user has created the record. Now customer user is what? He is nothing but the subordinates. Nothing but whenever you are making the objects OWD as private, if one user has created the record, this record to be visible to the manager and his owner also. The remaining users inside the organization should not be able to access that record here. So now I want to cross check whether my subordinate is able to access my record or not. I want to cross check with my sibling is also able to access my record or not. I want to cross check that. My subordinate is nothing but my customer user. Log in as the customer user. Go to that my customers, nothing but accounts. Get all account records. There is no records available here. Nothing but this person is not yet created any record as of now. This record person is not having the access on any record as of now here. So that my record is not visible to over here. Now my subordinate is not having the access on my record. Now let's see here. I want to verify with one of a colleague also, nothing but manager user. Log in as a manager user, verify whether this person is able to access my record or not. Now go to all your records. Now he is having the access on only one record, that is manager user account. Nothing but he is able to see only the records which he has created here. He cannot able to see the remaining records available inside this organization. Nothing but the other users' records will not be visible to this particular person over here. Now, whenever you are making that object's OWD as private, only the owner of the record and his manager will be having the full control on the record here. The other people inside that organization will not be having the access on that record. Now, then how can we make the record to be get visible to the other persons? For that, we'll see practically in tomorrow's session. In tomorrow's session, we are going to be discussing about a concept called as sharing settings. Okay, sharing settings. So what exactly the sharing settings? How can we share the record? Whenever you are going to be granting the access on your record to some other people, what level of access that you want to grant? Just if you want to grant the read-only access or you want to grant read-write access both. Then how can we grant the visibility to a single user? How can we grant the visibility to a group of users? By using manual process, by using automated process, both we'll see practically in tomorrow's session. Okay. So, but practice is very, very important for the security concept here. These are completely linked concepts here. For the remaining topics which we have discussed, okay, those maybe you can skip some topics and you can do the practice of the remaining topics also. But this is purely the linked topics here.
So, did you give any assignment last week? Firoz? I did not.
So last week I asked you to configure the row users. Everybody
okay.
should be having the users inside that. And then
Okay.
if you're having the users, then only you can do all these things practice. Or else it will be difficult to do the practice here. You will not get all these
Okay.
options. For that, first of all, you have to configure the users and then grant access on your user record to your system administrator. And then you can log in and log out from the same application itself. So now please
We
go
need
to
to
that
create
user management video, and that I have clearly documented everything and have given that information inside that.
Okay, sure. I need to create this Gmail account also. Okay.
So not the Gmail account here. Just this is the user name. That's we have given that to log in into that
Okay.
site. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Firoz. You uploaded that video, right?
Yes. Already that is there in the drive.
Oh, sorry, I missed that one entirely. Sorry.
Okay.